Today's Red Dane top tip is about preparing your cows for lactation. Basically, from a few weeks before you dry them off, during the far off dry period, and then the steam up period, where we're preparing them for their lactation. So what are some of the key things to look at? Okay, so the far off dry period, after you've dried them off, they go to this a camp where they're away from the parlor, they've got lots of shade, water, plenty of feed space, so they're not competing for that, and they've got a ration like this, which is high in roughage, lots of good quality roughage of straw, grass, and the right amount of a dry off concentrate. It's really important that this diet is correctly balanced. It's going to be a low energy density ration, but it still needs to be correct to ensure that the rumen has the opportunity to recover from lactation, where in nearly all cases the rumen will have been burnt off by the higher levels of concentrate. Another critical thing in the dry off period is that they maintain the body condition. If you've dried them off between 3 to 3.5, you want to keep them there. You don't want them losing, and you don't want them gaining condition during this far off period.
Good day, everyone. As a follow-up from what Ice mentioned earlier on with regards to the dry cow period, I'm here to give you more information with regards to the steam up phase. The steam up phase is basically a feeding regime that you implement 21 days prior to calving. Why is it important? There are a number of reasons why it's important. First and foremost, we're trying to avoid a different number of metabolic disorders that you tend to encounter if you do not do the steam up phase. We have the issue of milk fever. Milk fever is basically low calcium levels in your blood post-calving. Steam up meals are formulated such that they prime the cow to be able to absorb more calcium from the gut and to be able to mobilize more calcium from the bones when it now needs that calcium. We have the issue of ketosis. Ketosis comes about because of a negative energy balance, and the animal then tends to absorb excessive fat from its own body to try and make up for that. Steam up feeding ensures that there is a gradual buildup of glucose reserves, and it also ensures that the liver metabolism for energy production is primed, so that as and when the energy requirement is now higher than what it was, the animal is not affected. In your steam up feeding, there's a precise protein to mineral balance that is achieved. And what does it do for us? It ensures better uterine health. What does that imply? It implies that the incidences of retained placenta are significantly reduced. Your typical steam up diet can range from anywhere between 18 to 20% of crude protein, and the energy can vary anywhere between 9 to 9.8 megajoules per kg. This is a critical but short phase. It's just 21 days. And the implication post-calving are quite significant. Hence, the advice to get your steam up meals from your reputable companies, or in the event that your management is up to par, you can do a home mixing for the steam up meal. But it is critical to understand the following. Because of the intricate balance in your dietary cut iron and anion difference, you cannot interchange rows as and when. You need to have an understanding of what cut ions and anions each row supplies. Hence, if you're using a maxi pack, you need to use one from a reputable supplier, and you need the feedback from the nutritionist to help you get the most out of it. In conclusion, your steam up diet is made so that you can condition your cows for the calving period, for the post-calving period, which is your lactation, and for the recovery post-calving for it to come back into estrus. Thank you.